A very good morning to everybody. It is Saturday morning now, rapidly approaching midday. On this day of Saturday, the 4th of July 2020. Now I'm on top of the bread basket. Tony has been so kind in allowing myself to use his office upstairs to introduce this for my Sunday survey, which will appear tomorrow on YouTube, Sunday, the July the 5th. I am right opposite the offices, the old post office of Blackpool, and to my right there's Abingdon Street Market. Now, first things first, please. Thanks to everybody who watches my videos, and also to the very many people, the shops and order builds who allow myself to video from there. Now, I just got to give special thanks to a young lady, and that is Christy of that video shop and high-tech shop. Thank you very much, Christy. I know how much work you put into the audio of this. I appreciate very much, and you've done ever so well for this video. Thank you very, very much. Now, just to clarify again, everybody is important to myself, all the viewers and all the people that help me make the videos. Now, this week I have had to do what I needed to do when I could. Now, I've still got things to do, hopefully, this morning, but it's drizzling again. That's the second consecutive day. Friday was a virtual washout nearly, and today, on this very big day of Saturday, it is drizzling again, which is unfortunately no good to myself. So I hope you enjoy this video. So I'm going to go back now to start it right from the first day of videoing, and once again, thank you all very much. Bye-bye. A very good morning to everybody. I would like to spend the necessary time at the giant store of Wilko, which is due to be taken down. We are at the moment at the rear and just about to start our journey down one of the sides. Now, I have news which I can inform everybody of what's happening here. The work to take this shop down will start in 6 to 8 weeks' time, shall we say the latter end of August. The work will be over a couple of phases. It will be taken down the one side, then the other, then the front, and then the rear. And this side here will be the first part to be taken down. Yes, this is what I have learned from my visit here on this Tuesday. Now, the story now continues. Quick view of the front of this Wilko store. I've just got to take a quick 100-yard walk. Here we are again. We are still in Queen Street. Just turning round nice and slowly, and in front now you will see the Central Library. Now, I was going to keep this until later. However, I feel I should show and tell all now. There's the Central Library again, right in front of you. And now I'd like to show you the finished work
along this part of Queen Street. There is a new road and a new pavement area with, as you can see, all new lines and all the bus stop signs. This will be used in the future, not maybe this month or maybe next month, but it's here for when all the buses have to be rerouted when they take down that Wilko store. The part of the Wilko store that has the entrance, that's going to be the awkward part. So everything is prepared here for all the buses to start from here, as said, when that taking down of that area of that Wilko store, the area of the entrance. Everything prepared here now for all the buses to start from here, and even all the bus stops themselves are all in place. I'll just show you this one here. So this is for the future. This is for the future. And there we are. One bus stop not yet in use. So I hope that brings everybody up to date and explaining the future. Thank you ever so much. I hope you've enjoyed this and I hope it's been useful. Hello everybody. A new day and a new month. Wednesday the 1st of July. And it's a walkabout Wednesday. Now this will consist of 2 extensive visits to 2 of our builds, news from the seafront and a quick view of the sea. I'm hoping that the people that follow this for the builds will find these 2 visits very interesting. So off we go then for our walkabout. Our first of 2 visits is at the Premier Inn. And this is the rear. Now what is interesting here is that there are now several pieces of scaffold and the boards all being taken down from the top level of this build. This will be more obvious when we visit the side elevation and the actual front. It will be much more clearer there. Just in time to see that hoist bring some boards down. Can you see them? They're right in front. There they are. These boards came from the top level. They're not wanted anymore. A view of the side elevation, and hopefully and possibly you will see now clearer that lovely sandstone. This will be clearer when we arrive at the front of the build. Now we are at the front now, and straight away I do hope that you can see that lovely sandstone, the lovely sandstone blocks, which should be clearer due to the taking down of some of the scaffolding. Now at the top now, hopefully you will see a steel erector taking down some of the scaffolds. I do hope you can see him. He's right on the top level, standing on the boards. Now, what I also would like to tell you is that I was very fortunate enough to see this site manager, and he helped me very much. Everybody is very pleased, and we mustn't forget that a lot of time was lost at the start of the year with the hold-up of the arrival of that tower crane, which is no longer here, and also things that we will not go into. Everything now is progressing lovely and to the new time schedule. I thank him very much for his time and all the information. And with a final shot now of the front of this build, we progress now to the seafront. Another view of that steel erector, first of all, previous to leaving. Here we are, everybody, looking at two sets of tram lines just outside the North Pier, and I have wonderful news for you. This news was released only last evening from Blackpool Transport. The trams are returning. Yes, they are returning to service on Sunday, the 19th of July. 3 trams an hour, every 20 minutes. The last tram service is expected to be around 7:30 p.m. That's 7:30 p.m. expected to be the last service. After this service, the bus route 1 will take over, with their last trip being scheduled about 22:15. The last one expected to be about 22:15. More will follow with other details of how many passengers can travel, etc. But this is very fresh information. A quick view of the North Pier, the beach and the outgoing tide. I thought you might like to see this included in this Wednesday walkabout. An extensive tour of the Sands Venue Resort Hotel, and here we are at the front. Now, can I please first of all point out to you for the first time that black aluminium cladding. It is all clear now. There was a covering of a film, a white film. All that has been taken off, and for the first time now you have a clear view of the front of this build as it will remain. And there's that aluminium cladding right in front of you, along with the glass and all the cross members. All finished now. I will let you into a little secret. I know this is aluminium as the company's here and they told me. We are across the road now, and you can see again the new bar and restaurant in this new extension. Can you see how the extension stands away from the original building? This is a nice job, this extension. We start our walk now along the first side. That's the side closest to the amusement arcade. And particular interest today, the wonderful progress of laying the flagstones. Yes, you will soon see a large area already been completed at ground level with these flagstones. And look how wide it has made that whole pavement area. A view to the top of the extension and right back again down to ground level, and we find ourselves now rapidly approaching the rear of this build. Several things here. we see a contractor on that platform. He is attending to the cross member there, and the ground right outside and adjacent to the entrance of this hotel, all nicely levelled off now, and again looking at that contractor. Things happen very quickly at the builds we visit, and none more so than this here. I would like to show you this. Amazing scenes and shots of the canopy. Yes, that canopy that we visited just a few days ago has now received all the aluminium panelling that it was waiting for. It's all done. Look, I've just let this young man pass me in this truck here, and I'll see if I can angle the camcorder to show you. Look, all that aluminium panelling all in place. Marvellous job. A superb canopy protecting all the guests on their arrival and leaving to this hotel. A view of the rear of this build. Everything all in place. Cross members, windows, and that lovely black aluminium cladding. And a nice view now of that canopy and also that contractor. As we start our walk along the second side of this build, that's the side closest to Blackpool Tower, I just point out to you all that white film over the aluminium cladding, all taken down now from this side as well. Now, I've received wonderful help this morning, as I always do. Now, what I would like to say, and I have to be very careful how I say it, is that now all this build here, they're all done in what's called phases, and this is phase 1, the facade of the build. This phase looks to be coming to an end. At this moment you are looking at this, inside this build is a complete empty shell. Phase 2 will see the introduction and the building of all the 5-star hotel rooms and the 6 areas of show town, etc. I have mentioned this as I'm pretty certain there are lots and lots of people excited to visit here. However, as said, it is still an empty shell inside. These contractors here will soon sort that out. We now thank the site for our visit today. The first thing that we see today on this Thursday is this street performing artist here. I found him outside St John's Church in St John's Square. I think he's put a lot of time into this, and it looks superb. A superb performance here.
The barbecue shop, Abingdon Street. Next door, Warwick's Amusements. And next door to that, there is these empty premises here. Now, a couple of videos ago, I mentioned that there was an application from a gaming company to open this for their slots. They were going to have, I believe, over 50 high-tech slot machines in here. However, this is the news that I can tell you. 1 or 2 days ago, the application was heard and Blackpool Council rejected it. They threw it out It is not going to happen. It's not going to happen to protect the very many vulnerable people of Blackpool. So that's the news. They will not be able to trade here, that company.
We have an invite here to the West Coast Rock Cafe, and this invite comes from, in fact, the actual owner and his lovely wife, and also Adam Mosley. So we're going to visit this extension. The extension is to that Rock Coast West Cafe. Now we've got to go in a different entrance today because the other one is being attended to, so I will see you in there.
Here we are now. We are in the extension now, and I can give you a tour of what has happened since our last visit. Great progress in the kitchen area. I've just seen Adam, and he tells me that everything is going very, very well here, and as you can see, it's all being managed very nicely indeed. There's that impressive area of the bar. Well, I think that's where all the spirits will go. This is new here, right in front of us. Probably an area where some food may or may not be placed. Adam, at the moment, is upstairs in the cafe itself because they are opening up in 2 days' time. Today's Thursday, and that premises there above is opening up on the Saturday, and he's just tweaking a few things up there, as one may expect and suspect that after closing for the amount of weeks that it has, it just need this and that tweaked a bit. I'll take you around here, the area of the toilets. That one now, we see it last time it was waiting to be finished, and now it's completely finished. Very nice. Obviously, you're seeing all of this. It just needs to be all swept out and nicely cleaned. You expect that. It's looking very nice. I'd like to show you a view of the ceiling. Adam's just come down now. So that's our weekly visit, thankfully paid and visited, to this extension to the West Coast Cafe. Previous to leaving, I will just show you this. Now, this is the door, this is the entry and the exit should you wish to leave this extension and to make your way up to the West Coast Cafe, which is upstairs. I'll just show you the stairs. There we are. That takes you right up to the West Coast Rock Cafe. So we again thank everybody involved for our visit today. And we are outside the Deansgate Kitchen. Now I'd like to just show you and explain to you very simply, this is typical of what is happening in Blackpool. All the businesses, all making sure that the front of their shops are all nice and clean. It makes a difference, and this one here is a credit to everybody. The Deansgate Kitchen, all nicely, properly washed down today. In fact, just a short time ago. And this will be open to everybody this coming Saturday, 2 days' time. The Deansgate Kitchen. We are in Topping Street, just a few paces from where we have left that Deansgate Kitchen. Now I'm just going to, if I may, just point this out. Coming to what I would like to show you now. I was pointed this out by several people. What you're about to see is a restaurant, an Italian restaurant, Mama's restaurant. It's got a huge reputation in Blackpool. Unfortunately, the owner has now reached retirement age, and reluctantly he's had to call it a day. And as you can see, it is now to let. So I'm showing this in case somebody may be interested. A huge following, this restaurant. Mama's Restaurant.
Churchill's there and Champ's here, and thankfully the sun has decided to put in an appearance today. It's been quite a dismal morning, but again in the afternoon it has brightened up, so I'm going to take this opportunity of carrying on down Topping Street to show you the last area that needs to be attended to along Topping Street. There's those very, very nice, well-laid flagstones. I'm told today they are sandstone. And walking down, we will see an actual gang actually laying these. They progressed very well from our last visit. They're nearly at the end of the first side here. And there we are. We can see work in progress. Very thankful for the sun for coming out. This has enabled us to pay our weekly visit here. Move on now to our next venue. Across the road, St John's Church in St John's Square. If we walk down here, we will then meet up with the now very impressive build of Blackpool's Conference Centre and Hotel. We have 3 angled views here, and this is the first of them. So I'll show you a full-length view of the build from here, and then we will work our way down to the second viewing area. Checking with security first, here is a view from our second area. All going very well here.
Did you in there, Paddy? Famous.
This is our third and final area of viewing this build of Blackpool's Conference Centre and Hotel. And I would like to thank everybody involved for this visit.
On the corner, you will see the bread baskets. A few shops down, and you will see that orange fascia sign. That is Cully's World. And we have an invite there, so I'm going to walk across the road now, and there should be a young lady waiting for us.
Hello, welcome to Cully's World 2. This is the shop. I'm Christy. Just wanted to show you that we've got more stock in now. The shelves are now getting full, better than before. And obviously over here we have got our computer now in place, and you are actually allowed to go on the consoles yourself. For the PS4 and Xbox, you get 3 hours for £10, and you can also use the internet on the computer, which is also for 2 hours for £10. So anyone else welcome to come in and just let us know. We can write their names down. We also have all the series at the Disaster all marked, all in alphabetical order. So but don't feel free to ask us if you're actually looking for something in particular. We're always happy to help. And there is other things that you can buy here. We have got a full collection of, say, Game of Thrones and of all sorts of box sets. And he's also got a good collection of the Doctor Who. And these are the games you can buy from the shop. Here are some you can get for like £2, very cheap, and all different prices on each. DVDs, Blu-rays, games, all sorts. And over here are our Oculus V-Bays, virtual reality. You can pop them on and it just feels like, say if you wanted to use one of the apps called Creed, which you can go into a boxing and it feels like you're actually boxing, or you can use it on one of the rides, it feels like you're on a roller coaster, so it's great. These are 2 hours and you get pay £10 for 2 hours. So yeah, feel free to come in, have a look. We're also giving out these leaflets, just so you know, if you want to take them away, just so you know what's available. If there's any questions, we're always happy to help anyway. We've got loads of people coming in now, so we just want to be our name put out there and that. So yeah, we've been really good working here and doing our best, yeah.
Well, again, thank you very much, Christy. I'm sure everybody's very interested in what you've shown them, and I will look forward very much to next week's visit. Thank you ever so much, Christy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
An invite here to this new shop, Frames. Opposite is the Hounds Hill entrance, and next door is the Cafe Nero, and today's the first day people can eat outside. So that's where we are. We're right opposite the Hounds Hill shopping centre.
We are inside now the shop itself, and I'd like to now take you for a tour of all the prints that are available here. Also, there's some nice travel mugs here, but we'll concentrate obviously on the prints. Now, I'm not going to be so silly as to try to show all of them. All I can do is to tell you that they are all superb prints, all various subjects. No doubt during the lockup you have new wallpaper here and new paint everywhere, all in your flat or house or caravan or wherever you live. And you may be looking for some prints. Well, can I please recommend this shop here? Now, animals, if you like animals, I'm just going to show you all of these, and these are very nice indeed. Cracking prints. As said, I will not attempt to show everything in this marvellous, well set up picture shop. They will help any front room or any other room. Oh, there's what used to be called a sausage dog there. There's a lot of these in Blackpool. There is a section here that I really must show you. Again, animals. And these are crackers here. Beautiful, beautiful prints. Now, I probably have not actually showed this shop in the right sense. It is marvellous, and I'm obviously limited to what I can do in the time. But I do hope that I have shown you. So if you're in town, please visit this lovely picture shop right opposite the entrance of the Hounds Hill. I've just got to find the owner to thank him again, and then that will complete our visit. To finish off, I just show these two prints here, ideal for any young man or young lady's own little bedroom. And they're only £10 each. It is 2 p.m. in the afternoon on this Saturday, and it is now time for our second invite. To show you where we are, there in front is the Rose and Crown, and the road just down there is Corporation Street. So very quickly again, the Rose and Crown, and the invite we have is to that shop across the road with the blue fascia board, Pilkington's. Now, things have happened here very quickly, ever so quickly. It's one of the quickest contract jobs I have seen. A week plus ago it was empty, and now when we go in, a gentleman will introduce himself and tell and show you everything. So this is where we're going, across the road to that blue shop with the fascia.
Hi, my name's Matthew Pilkington, and I want to introduce you to Pilkington's. It's a bistro. We're opening up tomorrow. We're concentrating on our Sunday roasts. What we're actually doing is we're running our Father's Day menu because the chef, me, wrote it and spent a bit of effort on it. And basically we're taking bookings. We're taking bookings only due to the current situation. You can like us on Facebook to find out what's going on. It's at Pilkington's, 1 Burley Street, and you'll get all your up and coming information from that. We are going to. These are the kind of way we're going to set our tables out. So the menu tomorrow, I'm going to read you a few extracts of it. And what I want you to know is that Pilkington's only uses fresh quality ingredients, and my menu will change quite rapidly. So for soup, we've got wild mushroom and tarragon soup served with freshly baked spout bread and truffle oil. That's vegan. To give you an idea of the prices, that's at £5.50. We've got grilled berry black pudding, asparagus wrapped with prosciutto, ham, topped with soft poached egg and parmesan shavings, finished with a basil infused oil. That's at £7.95. We've also got roast rump of Welsh lamb with caper salsa verde, served with baby roast potatoes and spring greens. We created, because we're also going to specialise in handcrafted burgers, so we've also created a special burger for Father's Day, which would be the Big Daddy. So the Big Daddy is with berry black pudding, smoked bacon, Cajun marinated chicken, chicken fillet, mature cheddar cheese and Daddy's brown sauce. The other thing that we're concentrating on is our roast dinners, which I want to make big in Blackpool. So tomorrow we've got leg of Welsh lamb, top-sided British beef, slow cooked pork shoulder, or our vegetarian option. Our vegetarian option will change weekly because I like to keep it fresh. We also, so all our roasts are served with goose fat roast potatoes except the vegetarian option, double yolk Yorkshire pudding, carrot swede mash, cauliflower cheese, broccoli, battered carrots, honey and rosemary roast parsnips with a really thick red wine gravy. We've also got, to give you an example of desserts, traditional sticky toffee pudding with toffee sauce. These are all homemade, let me tell you. So there you go. So we've got all these tables. We are working on space upstairs, so we will soon have a private function area as well for those who want to have an intimate gathering for up to 30 people. And I'm pretty sure you'll be joining me soon to actually come and join me in the kitchen.
Thank you, Matthew. I will look forward to that. Now, I want to thank you very much for this invite. And as you just said, I will look forward very much one day next week to come and see you in your kitchen. And I wish you all the very best. And I'm also sure that everybody who views this will as well.
Sorry, I just before you let me finish, I forgot to mention some special people that have made this possible, and have done literally 3 weeks work in a week and a half. So he's called David Guest Crossley, and you can obviously see the standard of the work that's been done. So I would highly recommend them, and I just wanted to say thank you as well.
Matthew, that saved me a job. Thank you very, very much.
Okay.
You're great.
So I hope to see you soon. You're always welcome.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Matthew. To close this entire video up for this week, we are now at the actual entrance to the North Pier. At the moment, the North Pier is not quite open. They're not quite ready yet to allow the public to walk along to the theatre, etc. So these views here now will be from inside through a window looking at the Irish Sea itself. Now, I mentioned earlier that there was a drizzle. Well, unfortunately, that drizzle now has progressed into something a little bit more stronger. It's now rapidly approaching 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and it is not a pleasant day. However, I will gladly show and have to show a picture of the North Pier with the Irish Sea, as I've said, just to create the seaside feeling. Now I'm going to go home now, and I have a full day's work to edit everything to upload tomorrow morning on the Sunday. I'm just going to say thank you to everybody, and to be very careful and have a great weekend and a great weekend and a great time. Thank you all very much. Bye bye. Bye bye.